Exodus chapter 4. Signs to Moses. 1. Moses replied, "What if they don't believe in me and don't want to listen to me and say, 'The Lord has not appeared to you'?" 2. Then the Lord asked him, "What is it in your hand?" "A stick," he replied. 3. The Lord said, "Throw it to the ground." Moses threw her, and she turned into a serpent. Moses fled from her. 4. But the Lord said to him, "Stretch out your hand and take it by the tail." Moses stretched out his hand, took the serpent, and it turned into a rod in his hand. 5. And the Lord said, "This is so that they will believe that the God of their forefathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." 6. The Lord said to him more, "Put your hand on your chest." Moses obeyed, and when he took her away, she was a leper, it looked like snow. 7. He then commanded, "Now, put your hand on your chest again." Moses put his hand on his chest again, and when he took it off, it was again like the rest of his skin. 8. The Lord continued, "If they do not believe in you or heed the first miraculous sign, they will believe the second." 9. And if you still don't believe these two signs or listen to you, take some water from the Nile and pour it on dry land. When you pour that water on dry land, it will turn into blood. 10. But Moses said to the Lord, "O Lord, I have never had it easy to speak, neither in the past nor now that you have spoken to your servant. I can't speak well." 11. The Lord said to him, "Who gave mouth to man? Who made him deaf or dumb? Who gives you sight or makes you blind? Am I not the Lord?" 12. Now, then, go, I'll be with you, teaching you what to say. 13. But Moses answered him, "Ah, Lord, I ask you to send someone else." 14. Then the Lord became angry with Moses and said to him, "Do you not have your brother, Aaron, the Levite? I know he speaks well. He is already coming to meet you and will rejoice to see you." 15. You will talk to him and tell him what he should say. I will be with you when you speak and I will tell you what to do. 16. Just as God speaks to the prophet, you will speak to your brother, and he will be your spokesman before the people. 17. And take this rod in your hand, with it you will make the miraculous signs. Moses returns to Egypt. 18. Then Moses returned to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said to him, "I must go back to Egypt to see if my relatives still live." Jethro replied, "Go in peace." 19. Now the Lord had said to Moses in Midian, "Go back to Egypt, for all who sought to kill you have died." 20. Then Moses took his wife and children on a donkey and set out back to Egypt. He carried in his hand the rod of God. 21. The Lord further said to Moses, "When you return to Egypt, be careful to do before Pharaoh all the wonders that I have given you the power to perform. But I'm going to harden his heart, not to let the people go." 22. Then tell Pharaoh that the Lord says thus, "Israel is my first son." 23. And I've already told you to let my son go to worship me. But you didn't want to let him go, so I will kill your first child. 24. In and in along the way, the Lord went to meet Moses and sought to kill him. 25. But Zipporah took a sharp stone, cut off his son's foreskin, and touched Moses' feet. And he said, "You are to me a husband of blood." 26. She said, "Blood husband," referring to circumcision. On that occasion the Lord left him. 27. Then the Lord said to Aaron, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." He went, met Moses on the mountain of God, and greeted him with a kiss. 28. Moses told Aaron all that the Lord had commanded him to say and went on to speak of all the miraculous signs the Lord had commanded him to perform. 29. So Moses and Aaron went and gathered all the authorities of the Israelites. 30. And Aaron told them all that the Lord had said to Moses. Then Moses also performed the signs before the people. 31. And they believed. When the people learned that the Lord had decided to come to their aid, having seen their oppression, they bowed in worship.